So today we will discuss about the topic called service catalog. So what is service catalog and what was the advantage and why it's played a vital role in the ITSM. So the service catalog is nothing but it's an item. Service is nothing but what was the services offered them. So here, for example, if you see, we have seen a lot of service catalog item in the life. So that means, for example, if you see in the Flipkart, what we will do, we will purchase a phone, and if you purchase a phone, what happens? Only we know we will select the phone. That means we will log into Flipkart and go to the category, and in that category, we will select as a mobile. In that, it will show the list of mobiles. From that, we will pick it. What was the phone we required, and from that, and after that so what we will do is we will after that what we will do is we will select the mobile, we will give our details and we will book it. And then next time back end there is a lot of things will be happen. For example, so if you purchase, you are in Hyderabad, the seller, the product is in Bangalore, for example. So at the time what we have to do in the Bangalore, so what we have to do it is so in the Bangalore, what we have to do it is uh, the seller has to pack the device, and from the time the courier team has to collect the device. From there to they go to their office. From there to they need to send it to the Hyderabad, and from Hyderabad to they need to send it to the nearest location. From that, the delivery agent has to pick it, and from that the delivery agent pick it, and after that they has to deliver it to the our address. So this is the process we are doing the one. Similarly, in the service now, what we will do is we will do the different one. This is a completely catalog. So that is a service catalog, and in that one there are multiple tasks will be automatically generated. So today we will build a one service catalog which is a requiring the application access request. For example, so we want some headphones request, for example. For example, if you are working in a company, you want to the headphones request. So headphones request, if you want to take a, so for example, if you're working in a department which is a IT department, so you want to give one headphone to the user. What are the details required? What are the details required? First one is the who is the logged in. That is a requester. Next one is the manager. Next one, requester mail ID. That means who, sorry, requester manager. Who is that requester manager? Next one, requester email ID. Next one, phone number. So these are the basic things we have done. And also here, and next one, headphones type of headphones. Next one, company or brand. Next one, business justification. Next one, comments. So assume that if you want to build a one, the user is required a this one. Now what we are going to do is I'm just going to copy. So first, if you want to go to the service catalog, open the service. So this is the service catalog. In that one, if you open the catalogs, there are basically the out of the box there are two types of catalogs for there. First one is the service catalog, second one is the technical catalog. Oh my god, it is showing here. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So if you go to the maintain catalogs, here there are two types of catalog, three types. Sorry. First one is the technical catalog, and second one is the service catalog, and third one is the resources. So the technical catalog will provide the services for the IT, and technical service catalog will provide the services to the same. Here, which means here what the thing here, what we have to do it here. So in that service catalog, if I open this service catalog again, the hierarchy is simple. There is a service catalog. In that one, we have a categories. In that one, categories we have a catalog item. So next one, we have a lot of catalog categories. So you can go to the maintain categories. Maintain categories. In under the service catalog, see here if I go here, if I group by, this is just for an example I'm saying. So the category is nothing but see in the Flipkart how this category will see the same concept we can apply the same here. Now here now you can see. So next this is the one we have option called maintain item. Maintain item is nothing but there we can create our actual catalog item. This is the catalog item. So I'm just going to create a new. I'm just writing here is a active catalog item. Headphones request and catalog. What is the catalog you required? Service catalog. And what is the category? We can add a any random category. So better. So I'm just adding it in the can we help category. And next one. So this is the one by global automation level fully specified. So this is the one. So now what is the short description of it? We can write a short description here. The same thing. And if you want, we can write in a description here. I'm just writing the same thing. And next one, that's the one. And next one, process engine. By default it's a process engine. I can tell you this one, we can use a workflow for it. I will show you this one later. And if you want any picture icon or icon, you can add this one. And pricing, if you want any pricing, you can add it. And here it is a portal setting, nothing but how it will execute in the portal. Now this is the common. Now what happened, we just add a catalog item where the next step, I hope you are getting right what you're discussing. No confusion. Hello, can you hear me? So you're clear, right? Because this is a very important topic. When you come to the IT system, this plays a very big role. So if you not understand, let me know. If you want, we can start the session from again. We don't have any issues. Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you. So now the next step here, Here we have written, you want to see the form. If you want to see the form, so let's click on try it. It will be like this one. But here, what is our next step? The next step is that what we have to do it is we have to configure. The next step is we have to take the input from the user which is required for the department. So for that, here we have an option variables and variable sets. So variables is nothing but if you define a variable in the form, we will define as a call as a field in the in the table level. In the catalog level, that we will call as a variable. And variable set is nothing but if you want to utilize the or you can use the multiple same thing. For example, if I'm just going to here variable set, I'm just going to create a new variable set. Variable set is nothing but it's a set which can be used for the one. So I'm just clicking on the single row variable set. So I'm just making this is a so for example, whatever for every user, the requester requester details. So for example, if I give a requester details, it will come. So I'm just going to here. This is the one. Now, so if I open this one headphones, I'm sorry if it's not coming. I'm just going to right click configure item. So here, this is the right now what happened. We have created a requester details, and this the in this requester details we need to add a variable. The variable set. This is an important question. Is used to if you want to add the multiple variables in the same multiple catalog items. Instead of we will creating a single item in the is each and every variable in the each and every item, instead of it we will create a multiple item. So now I'm just going to clicking on a new. So here I'm just going to creating a who is a requester. I think its instance is getting a little slow. So who is a requester, and what we will do it is uh, just give me a minute guys. See, this is the one for that. This is a type. So for example, this is a field. So for example, I want to create it one the question here we call the question. Whatever we are giving, that is a requester. So here the type, since it is a type, it is a reference to the user table. So the user's record will be stored in the user table. Uh, Now the reference, and if I go to the here 100, I'm just giving here the type specification. So since we have given as a uh, reference, so this is the one reference. So for example, if you want to go here underscore user, So sys underscore user, and here you can write it, and I'm just going to submit this one. So now a variable is created with the name requester, and also we have to create the common variables, right? Requester manager, requester email id, requester phone number. So this also we can get. Requester manager id will be in the same, right, which is in the what you called the requester email id, also user also will be in the same field. Same field is in the sense same field type, which is a reference. That record also will be stored in the referenced sys user table. That we will do it. So here I'm just making a requester manager, and actually from that Uttahu, so which is the latest one. From here we can easily map the user details, but since we are in the old one, so this is the one. Again, I'm just going to see one. If you want to mandatory read only hidden also, you can write it. So this two, this two one, and next one email ID. So here I'm just going to new. So since email ID is a text field, it's not reference to anyone. So here what we will do is email ID will give as a single line text. You know that the order is nothing but how you want to display it. So I'm just going to email ID and animation. That's fine. I'm going to submit. And next one, phone number. So this is the basic. And now if I open this one, so questions, requester phone number. I'm sorry. This is one which will be happen here. Uh, just give me a minute, guys. I'm getting call. The phone number. This is the one we have written, and I'm just going to here. So now what we have done it is the four thing variables. Let's see our form. If I open this form, our form will be look like this one. So this is the variables, and here in this variable also what we need to do it is, and if I open, so here there is no mandatory field. If there is no mandatory field, what we will do, we will do anything. So now, so if there is no mandatory field, so what happened, what if I go here, the request, so see, this is the mandatory field, so that if you want to submit, so it will asking to fill the mandatory field. So like that one, if there is no mandatory field, we will not face the issues. So this is the one, and also this is the one, and here we want to see this requester and requester manager is in the left side of the form, and this requester email id and phone number is in the right side of the form. So for that, earlier what we did is we use the begin split, end split, and the split which is in the form, that is a table level. So here the service now here it is a different one. So here if you want to use it, we have option called container start, container split, and container end options. So the type, so we will open this one. So instead of that one, I'm just making C container start. So here we have an option. I'm just making this one after this one, right? 250. Sorry, I'm just making this one as a 50. So the order and it is the container start so that it will show it. And I'm just going to start it. And next one container we need to split it, right? So if you need to split it, we can write the one. So you know, right, this order is a very important container split and save it. And next one is a container end where we need to end the container. So here we need to end the container. So that after the phone number we need to enter the container. So we can end the container end. So let it be open. 450. So this one, if now this is the one, if I open our form, it should be like this. This is a very good. Now here, see the email ID if you want, I can give. For example, this one and phone number if I can give anyone. So for this, what happened? We need a validation. If you want to do the validation here, so that means the wrong data we can add it. If you want to do the email validation, earlier what we did is we did a uh, so earlier what we have written a on change client script to validate the whether the email is correct or not. So here if you want to here we have option called validation regex validation. So if you open, so if you give email id, so and I'm trying to save it. So and now if we open, so if I entered something like, see, it will throw error not a email id, or else if I give at the rate gmail.com, so it will accept. So that means there is some format they have given, that format has to approve it. Similarly here the requester phone number also it has to accept it. So if you want to accept it, here this is a requester phone number, so that we can write it as a number and we can update it so that it also will accept the only the numbers for here. So earlier it was if you give this one, see, it will throws error, it's not a number. If you given 1 2 3 4, it will accept. So like that we have to do it. And also here whenever if the requester is filled, then only I want to display this requester manager and the requester email id and requester phone number and make a mandatory. So for that, if I want to this requester is field, so depending upon the another field, so another field values has to display or another field has to display. For that, what is the scenario we will use it? So if depending upon the one field value, another one has to display. So at the time, what we will do it? I'm sorry. So you are not understand the concept. So earlier, if the development is state is changed to development, the developer field was a mandatory and development lead, and the update state is something as mandatory. So the similarly, uh, what we have to do it is we have to write a UI policy here. The UI policy, catalog UI policy and the formula UI policy, both the functionality is same. That means both will be executed in the form level. Only the difference is catalog UI policy will execute on the catalog form. UI policy will execute on the normal table form. So I'm just going to here the details visible. So this is the very continuous topic. Oh my god. So this is the appraise and catalog item. If you want to execute in the catalog, it will run appraise and catalog tasks, request target item. These three I can cover in the next classes. So don't worry. So now the topic is the requester is not empty. I'm just making is not empty is nothing but it's some field. The onload, reverse if false, the functionality is same, and script also the same thing. We don't require. I'm just going to save this. So next one, in the catalog, what happened in the EA policy, we have defined a EA policy, and now that is a catalog EA policy. Next, we need to do the catalog EA policy action for the same. So the variable name, I'm just making requester email ID and mandatory and visible is true. Clear the value is nothing but if you want to clear the value, we can get, but right now we are not clearing anyone. Mandatory visible is true, and the next one, requester email ID. Next one, manager. So we have written it. If I open right now the form, let's see. So it is not filled. If I open this Abraham Lincoln, so this field is coming as a become mandatory and visible to the user. So the same UI policy script, that means the format, we can apply the same thing in the UI policy. If I remove this one, it will not be. Why? Because here we have given a reverse false. This you already know. The apply and load when the form is loaded, you want to execute it, we can execute the same thing. So this is how we will create a UI policy. I hope we clear till now what we discussed or any confusion. Okay, so I'm treating as a yes. So the next step, what we are going to do it is here I'm just going to the item. Till now, what we have created a variable item. Sorry, variable set. What is the advantage of the variable set? Variable set is used to uh, variable set is used to create a multiple item, multiple variables to use in the multiple catalog item so that we will do the same thing here. Now the same thing here. Now, if you create a variable, that means the variable should be used in only this particular catalog item. Just create a new. So, what is this one? So, we required a type of headphones. So, I'm just going to here. This is not a single line text, so I'm just making as a select box. For example, since it's a choice, we can give a select box. Type of headphones, and we can write it. Price specification, include none, and if you want to, we can make a mandatory, and we can give a order as a 200 since we already given 100 for the same thing. And I'm just going to save this. Now the question choices we have to give here. I'm just liking headphones, earphones. Like I'm just making two options, which is a headphones, headset. So I will give it as a headset, and next one is a earphones. That's two options. So these two options, we'll see it. I think right now it was not there. Okay, if I want to the open. So this is a front end form which we are building. So if I open this one, so if I open this headset, let's see how it will execute. Since okay, so I'm just going to click and try it. See the type of headphones, it will show like this one. Headphones are zero. The next step here, headphones is we have added. Next one is a brand, which company they want it. So same thing, we can add this one, and we can add a select box as a type of the variable. We can use the same thing here. So I'm just going to clicking on new. So this is a select box, so we can give it. We can give like Samsung or Lenovo or other. So like that, we can give a multiple items here, or else if you want to. So I'm just giving two items for time being. So Samsung. Next one is Lenovo. So for time being, I'm just giving only the two variables. So if you want to, we can add a multiple variables here. Lenovo, or if you want any other, we can add the other here. So now we have added this one. And next one, the business justification and additional comments we need to write it. The business justification. So if I open this headphones, so if you open this one, it will be like this. If I open the form, type of headphone brand, I think we have not given a none. So here the type specification include none. If you give include none, it will come like this. Since we have not given none, it will directly select that first value. So I'm just going to reload this form. If I reload, this is the basic thing here for it. Now this is the thing how we'll do it. Now the next step headphones in this one, again the next two we need to create a one more variable which is a additional business justification. So business justification, that means what was the business reason for it. So again we are just going to write this one. So I'm just making a single line text and submit, and the comments, next one is the comments, we are going to add it. So if I am going to add the comments, oh, you have not given order. So here the order is very important. If you're not given order, it will come as a false. So for that we have to go check in the different thing. So here if I give a single line, for example, if you see, if I give a single line text, it should be a very restricted one. This is the one. So if I give a multi-line text, for example, here we have an option called multi-line text. If I give a multi-line text, it will come like this. So this is the one. It will be same. So single line text, it will be very small. If I go to the multi-line text, it will be like this one. So this is the difference between single line text and multi-line text. So this is the one right now. This is the form we have built it, which means here today what we have done is we just create a form, and from that what. So if you want to hear, whenever if you are writing here, I'm sorry, yeah. So there is a tool tip. So which brand you want? So for example, which brand you want? So here that means if it is a tooltip is nothing but it shows some here like this one. If I reload, what are the things will be displayed. See which brand you want, which type of headphones you want. Like this one, we can add a tooltip. So if you add a tooltip, what happened? It will automatically one, and I'm just going to submit this one. It will be the same thing here. So this is the front end form of the catalog item. So if you want to, we can add it. If you want to add any default value, we can add a default value. For example, if you want by default you want a headset, so we can give as a this headset value. It will come as a default. Right now, I'm not giving anyone. So and also if you want to permission read roles, write roles, and create roles. If you want to restrict this, I am variable with any role, we can write it. But mostly 99% we will not restrict anything for it. Now this is the one, and also I'm just going to reload. I will We will submit this item. Let's see how it will execute. I'm just going to as a able tutor. So I'm just picking the able tutor email ID. Right now it is not done. So Adela able tutor. So type of headphone headset and brand Samsung. Business justification text and comments we have had something. And if we click on order, now if you click on order, a request will be automatically created. See, oh my god, still it is loading. So that means that request in general term we will call as a REQ, which means the request will be created and those requests will be added here. And next one, request, if you open a requested item will be automatically created. A request item. So for the service to ITSM, the if user submit a request, it will create a request. From that, the requested item will be created. From that, a catalog task will be created. If I open this catalog item, sorry, requested item, see the RITM, we will call it as a RITM here. This is the one parent, and what are the values we have entered here. This is the one, and what is the one we have added, and this is the one. And I think there is some default workflow was added for this one time being. There are two catalog tasks were created for the same thing. So that means from this one, that means so it was if you added, this software team will work on this one, and hardware team will work on this one. We'll try to execute the flow for the same thing, which means if you submit a request, immediately it will be approved, and next it will go to the requested item. From that requested item, depending upon the what are the choices we have entered, the task will be automatically triggered. So that maybe we can cover in the next classes for the same thing. So today, just quick recap what happened. We just created a catalog item with the front end form for the same. So this is the basic scenario how we have it in the real time. So till now, any questions or anything you want, just ask me. We will discuss on the same topic. This is a very very important topic. If you are working on ITSM project, completely you will be in the. This is the 70% will plays a vital role. So this is the one. Anything else? You any questions on the same topic? Okay. So I hope you guys understood. So the next step is, so kindly no, tomorrow we will discuss how we can add a workflow, approvals and other stuff for the same thing. So kindly note down the task for today. Create a catalog item. Catalog item is name is very whatever you want it, and that in that you have to create a one variable set which consists of a requested and requested manager and requester email id phone number. So whenever the user is filled that requester manager, and those are all fields visible and should become read only, and the value which is entered depending upon the field value, what is the value added, from that we have to store it. So right now we have not added, right? For example, if I open this one, so right now, so we have not added, right? So if I open one, it should be only visible. You can write a on change client script to fill these all field areas. If you want to write a client script, right click, configure catalog client script. From that you can write it. Okay, this is the task for you. I'm giving the for one, and you can add a now any number of fields. This is the multiple choices. So that's a select box, whatever you want it, or else if you want to have a different type of it, so you can just check whenever one by one step options will be there, and at least 7 to 8 variables you have to create other than in the variable set. So you can create a checkbox, you can create a custom, or you can create a any other one. So just try with these one and let us know. Just check these are all options. What is the functionality it was doing, and let me know in the next class. I will explain you if you have any queries on the same thing. This is the first task for today. I hope you guys understand the task or any other questions you have. Okay. So any questions on the previous topics? Okay, very good. If no other questions, we can wind up the session. Tomorrow we have the meet, and from this topic, from this class, we will continue with the next thing. Okay. Thank you all. Bye.